Okay, so Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, audience. We're back again with another special guest. Someone that we are with has only been fairly very new with us and in a leadership role as well. She heads the PDHPE department. Alhamdulillah, I got this right. Really, it was a test for me. And she's the faculty leader there. And also, I have actually worked very close to her, and you wouldn't want to work very close to her if you don't like camps. And because she comes with she's the bearer of bad news that you're on the next camp. So yeah, so and she does quite a lot of other things as well. Heads the department from K to 12, and also a form teacher of one of the classes in the school as well, which is 7B. I don't work with her with that grade, but I do work in grade 7, but with another class, which is 7A. So I'm going to pass it on to her. We've got a photo in the background over there. That's her childhood photo. I mean, she's been really brave to bring. A lot of people actually do not share it straight away. So as soon as I asked, she actually shared it straight away. It's none other than Miss Mawas, and we'll pass it on to her, and we will ask her what she does exactly in the school. Also, give us a bit of introduction, and also tell us about the photo, what she was doing there.
Thank you, Sheikh, for having me, and also for that introduction. To be honest, I felt like I had no choice but to send the photos. So I was like, okay, just do it. Don't be hesitant, just do it. So I did it. So this picture here, it's of me when it was on my first birthday. So my mum, she dressed me up in a white dress and she took the photo, and apparently there was a big party in my honor. So we had all the family over, and my birthday's on the 31st of December. So I don't know if they were there to celebrate my birthday or if they were there to celebrate the New Year. So I was like, whatever, I was one. I probably fell asleep before midnight anyway. So but yeah, so that's pretty much the backstory of that photo.
Well, looks such a great day to be born on, and I would say because there's so much happening, people preparing for another celebration,
That's
and then
right.
you've got your own celebration happening.
That's
And that's
right.
interesting.
I always get the fireworks on my birthday, so I can't really complain.
Well, tell us about your role. To give us a bit of introduction, because a lot of people would like to know you. Like myself, I've been lucky because we went on that year 12 camp, and worked with you. Although you didn't go, but as I said, you're the bearer of the bad news when it comes to the camps.
Good news,
So
Chef. Good news.
good news, staying away from the family for 3 days. I think it's a good news when you've got young children like me. Yeah, so kind of good news for me. But I'm not sure about the others. Yeah, tell us about yourself.
So yeah, Alhamdulillah, I am the PDHPE faculty leader. I've got a few responsibilities under my title. So I look after school sports. So it's a lot of working with external organizations to bring them into the school, to provide those opportunities for the students. We also I also look into in-school programs. So I try to get them to come in within school days as well, school hours. Like you mentioned, camps as well. I think that's a big one, and it's a big responsibility. So organizing, ensuring the safety of our students, and also providing the opportunities for them to explore the outdoor recreational side. So, which it's fun. I like to think of it as fun, but yeah, it's a big responsibility.
It's massive, you're right, because especially the safety and also trying to convince the parents. And I do think you're probably one of those people where you get all these calls and where are they going? Where are you taking our children? Is it in a cave? They're not going to return back. Is there any Pied Piper over there who's going to take our kids away? I don't know if you know about the story of Pied Piper.
Piper? No, I don't think I do.
Well, it's a very interesting story. So that's a read for you.
Yeah,
How he takes the children away from the town.
I'll look into that. As long as it has a good ending.
Well, I'm not sure if what do you call a good ending, but it's a kind of a sad ending because none of the children actually returned back.
Okay, then maybe I'll just avoid that one.
Well, yeah, look, definitely. I mean, the camp's a very, very difficult job, so you definitely talk to the parents. I'm assuming.
Yeah, 100%. We do need to reassure the parents that it is safe, and most importantly, it's what the students get out of it. So we don't want them to miss out on that experience.
Definitely. And you do have some children which say, my parents said we're not going on the camp and I'm not going to turn up on that day. So I remember you just barged into that parent's office and asked that, is your son going to the camp?
I wonder who that was.
Yeah, I wonder who that was. All right, you tell us about, so that's something that you always wanted to learn. You know, we are people that we always want to learn new skills.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot for me to learn, but one thing that I'm focusing on now is actually learning how to swim. I'm not a strong swimmer, and I feel like it's a skill that I really need because I want my own kids to be strong swimmers. So I feel like in order for me to encourage them to be strong swimmers, I have to lead by example and actually be a strong swimmer. So I'm working on that now. Alhamdulillah, the husband's installed a pool outside for me, so it makes it a bit more, not just for me, I think it was more for him and the kids, but I'm using it to my advantage. So yeah, I'm currently working on that. Not sure if I'm going to get there, but at least, I haven't drowned yet.
Well, at least you can get in the water and rely upon yourself. I mean, I can't even get inside the water on my own
Oh,
avenue.
wow.
So I don't even know how to actually stay floating.
Well, okay, so I think I'm one step ahead of you.
So yeah, though I'm pretty bad at swimming. I mean, swimming is something that I'd never. Is there anything else? I mean, there's always because you. I mean, coming from a PDHPE teacher, when you said swimming, I
Yeah,
actually was a little bit surprised. I mean, that
yeah,
would be a surprising fact as well.
yeah, 100%. That like as a PDHPE teacher, maybe one would assume that they're acing all the sports, but no, I'm actually admitting it. Swimming, it's not my strength.
Anything else you wanted to learn? I mean, there's so much out there. Like we always have this bucket list. I want to do this. I want to do
Yeah,
that. So anything else that you really want to do?
maybe I don't know, learn another language.
Well, I'm assuming you speak two languages already.
I do. I speak Arabic and English, obviously. Um, my husband actually knows a lot of French, so maybe he can teach me French.
Yeah, French is a very interesting language. I mean, I think I found it very harsh. I mean, the words are very harsh.
They are. They've got these unique sounds.
Ha, ha, and then there's all these sounds in there. I mean, that wouldn't be a problem for you because you speak Arabic, so you would have the ha sound.
That's right. That's right. But surprisingly, like sometimes, and when I was introducing myself to new people, I can't actually say my first name. Like the actual kha sound, it's hard for me. So if I'm going to say it in Arabic, so that's why I just I introduce myself using Ghada, like with no ra. It's hard.
Oh
But I
yeah,
was named after my grandma, so I can't really say anything about the name.
no, but it's such an interesting thing you mentioned because no matter what our background is, if you're born in an English-speaking country, I mean, that just becomes part of our language. I mean, we just speak the words, the syllables are very much to that because I'm assuming you always spoke that language. I mean, we only use our own language with our grandparents or
Yeah,
parents. That's the
yeah,
only time we're using it.
that's right, that's right. But you know what we're trying to do at home? We're putting in a lot of effort to speak Arabic at home, just so my kids can pick that up at a young age.
It'll be very good because
Yeah,
especially if they pick it up, they'll probably pick up Quran as well.
exactly. That's the goal. So we'll see how it goes, inshallah.
All right, tell us something that you know really well. I know you know sport really well. That's why you're
Yeah,
in the school in the leadership position.
yeah.
But apart from that, what do you know really well?
I think I'm gonna say just being organized in general. Yeah, organization. I feel like I'm pretty strong in that. Being a full-time working mother, you have to organize and kind of balance between home life and work life. So I think I'm acing that, but I don't know. I hope so, inshallah. Yeah, I think
No,
I'm
it's not easy. I know. It's especially making sure your children are ready, and as well,
yeah,
you're preparing your lessons, definitely the responsibility that you have as a liaison, community working with camps and other thing, external agencies. You need to be on top of your game, right? Really sending them emails. Can you
that's
imagine if I was in that role? No one would go anywhere.
no, don't ever underestimate yourself, Chef. You don't you don't know, I think everyone, if they put their mind to something, they can definitely succeed. It's just about having the right attitude.
I think, for me, I don't like writing or organizing that much because I like talking.
Yeah.
And even if when someone sends me a message, I send them a voice message back.
No one of those.
So if someone writes me a message, for me, it's easy to talk to them rather than writing a message. So that's how I am. I'll give you a little story.
Yeah.
Miss Solson, one of the most organized people I've seen in the entire school. I mean, there's so many other Mrs. Emil and other people, but
Yeah.
because I worked with her so closely in the same office, going back in the donkey years when I started the school, so she gave me some folders
Mm.
to keep my classes organized in there with the attendance. I still have those folders in my shelf. I haven't used them.
You haven't
And
used.
I'm talking about 5 years ago. She gave me those folders. She marked it as well. She wrote my classes back then where I used to teach. They're on there. I haven't put any documents in there. So you can
Wow.
imagine how organized I am. So that's why I said if I was given the responsibility of sending people to the camp, I
Yeah.
mean, but they probably will get married before they get to camp. Well, if there's any other thing you would like to add to that list? I mean, something that you know really well.
I think there are many things that I would like to add, but maybe it's just because I think I'm good at it, but I don't think I'm good at it. I
Well,
think
no,
that,
definitely. If you feel like that, because people are coming to you, we would like to know what those things are.
I'd like to think that I'm good at cooking, but I don't know if I really am. Alhamdulillah, my kids, my husband is still alive, so they haven't been, they don't have any food poisoning. But alhamdulillah, I do what I can.
You do have a very interesting. I actually like your cuisine. Like I know, especially going to Jasmine and other
Yeah,
places, I quite like that food. I'm telling you, and
yeah,
it's not really overcooked. It's not really undercooked. It's not very spicy. It's
yeah.
to everyone's taste.
That's right. Yeah,
So maybe, hopefully, if you're good at that, because I've been talking to everyone who's said that they're good at cooking, I've
yeah,
actually told them to bring a dish when we're back again full time. Actually, we are full time, but we're back again full time in the
yeah.
school
Face to
and we're
face.
working together. We'll probably have a little party, celebrate.
Why not?
All the vaccinated people can celebrate.
That sounds good. We should do that.
Well, anything you would like to add to that? I mean, apart from cooking or apart from your organization skills, there's always, someone people will come to you. Okay, look, Ms. Ghada is actually one of those people that I want to go to her, and
Yeah,
she will help me with this.
I think I do have a lot of people that come and just maybe ask for some advice. They might be going through something, and I'm one of those people that will kind of stop what I'm doing and just lend a listening ear, and just listen to them and offer some advice. So I'd like to think that I'm good at that.
So you're compassionate.
Yeah,
Well, so let me make a guess. So you're the eldest in the house.
I am the oldest of the six.
There you go.
Yeah,
'Cause, these qualities, when you said you leave everything and you want to listen to them, that can only be done by an eldest child, because the youngest ones actually would never understand that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, well, I got something right. So I've got the riddle right for
Hold on.
you. Hopefully, you get my riddle right.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay, what are something that really surprises people about you
Hmm.
when they hear, okay, all right, okay, we never knew that was you?
This one's a tricky one. A very tricky one. Maybe, I don't know. So I mentioned I'm the eldest of six. I've actually taught three of my siblings at AICS. Um,
Oh, that's very interesting.
yeah. So yeah, two sisters and a brother. They were at school the same time that I was a teacher there. I was actually a year advisor for one of them. So I think I was a bit too harsh on her, poor thing. But yeah,
Well, look, that is definitely surprising. I mean, we're talking to, I don't know if you heard the interview yesterday. We're talking to Miss Alami, and she was
yeah,
saying that she's got a sister who is about to start school, and
yeah,
you've already taught three of your siblings.
yeah. Is
Well,
that giving away my age? Maybe.
I think that'd be interesting. I would have loved to teach my younger one
Yeah.
and be that difficult teacher who just makes his life miserable.
I
Because
think yeah, I think I was that teacher to my
that's
sister.
especially with the siblings, we want to be that teacher.
Yeah, yeah. But now, subhanAllah, like after, she's finished school now, I feel like we have a close bond now. So alhamdulillah, it's a good outcome.
I think you're so right on there. When we are young, we're always fighting, but when we get married and we get going with our own lives, that's when we realize the importance of those siblings. Okay, yeah, you know what? I wish I had more time with them
That's
because
right.
we're so busy when we're young with our own friends
Yeah,
and the things that we're doing.
that's
And
right.
that's when we grow up, we realize that our friends now don't have time for us as
Yeah,
they used to have back then. It's
that's
only
right.
those siblings that we keep on going back to.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, I think you've like you're spot on with that. Like subhanallah, when I was her teacher and obviously her sport teacher, we were able to strengthen the bond through sport. So encouraging each other, cheering each other on. Like I felt like this is why our bond is like this now because of those experiences. So
Well,
yeah,
that's very good. Anything else that really surprised her? For to me, one of the surprises was I actually didn't know, that. I always forget your son's name. The one
Ahmed.
in your Ahmed was
Yeah,
your son.
yeah. So Ahmed is my son. So he's in year 2 at AIA. He's been there since kindy, so he was there before me. I also have another son, a 1-year old. His name is Yusuf.
MashaAllah, very
Yeah,
wonderful names, and may Allah give them, health and keep them safe and give
amen.
them a really blessed life.
Amen. Thank you, Sheikh.
Well, actually, Ahmed, I could say you're the twin sister of Ahmed now, just by
You're
looking at your photo. Uh,
He
Yeah,
does.
I
Yeah,
actually know Ahmed for a long time. I only found out when you said join when someone said, "Oh, then the new sports teacher is actually Ahmed's mother." So I'm like, oh, "Okay, all right." So I
yeah,
actually wouldn't know that. I didn't know that.
yeah,
He's in my son's grade, but not in the same class.
yeah. I teach your son. I had him for PE.
Yeah, my son's actually the fastest runner, even in with the siblings as well, because
Yeah,
my eldest son and they used it. They've got a fair bit of difference between them, the age
yeah,
difference. But
yeah.
my son actually gives him a hard time while
No.
he's racing. I don't know if you've seen him running. He's
Mm.
actually a very fast runner.
He is, mashallah. He is.
Look, any other surprising facts about you? Definitely, we all have that, but it's very hard to think of them.
Yeah, like I said, it's a very tricky one. I can't think of anything, to be
Well,
honest.
look, I would say I really find it very surprising. Like most of you, some of you actually have worked together for such a long time, and then you're
Mm.
working again in another place. Like if
Yeah,
people don't know, you can actually mention their names, the ones who are right now with us.
yeah. So you mentioned Jihad. So I used to work with Jihad, Anisa as well. Who's very close to me. So yeah, I worked with her for a few years at AICS, and now I'm working with her at AIA. Even Mr. Walid was at AICS at one point, and I think Selsen as well mentioned she was there. Um, so there's
And the
there's quite
English teacher, Basma as well, was there.
Basma as
Yeah,
well, yeah, Basma as well. So she was a student there as well, and then she was a teacher there for some time. So yeah, there's quite a few.
it's like how journey your life. You were in one place, you went to that school, you taught in that school, and then you
Yeah,
moved on. And some of the people are also moved on. And one of the people actually that moved on, we were speaking about them before we started the interview,
yeah,
was Mr. Kabalan.
yeah.
And he
That's
was
right.
with you. And my son was saying that I remember Miss Mawas used to work with Mr. Kabalan in that school, and he
That's right.
actually didn't know the teacher's name. I'm not going to word it the way he said it, so so I'll be very polite. He was making fun of his hair,
Oh
which
yeah,
Mr. Kabalan loved the hairstyle, as you know, which
yeah,
was no style at all.
yeah,
So, so, so yeah, I worked with him, and those were the days. I think Jihad was here as well when
yeah,
he joined the school. So yeah, I think it's amazing how some of us Muslims we choose always these Muslim schools and we just go around. It's
yeah.
it's like we don't want to teach in another environment.
That's right. SubhanAllah, it was one of the main reasons why I became a teacher, because you need to ask yourself, what are you doing for our own ummah? How are we giving them knowledge, for example? So I was like, you know what, sport is my passion, but how am I going to utilize that passion? And that's pretty much how I navigated my way through.
That's so good. Look, we're in those difficult times, as we
Yeah,
like to say.
Yeah.
And what would you like to say to all the AIA family who are listening, who will be actually listening to you later on? And
Yeah.
also on that note, I want to actually ask you: do you have a family like Miss Solson as well, where you've got like hundreds and hundreds of cousins who'll be actually flooding the channel later on and
Oh,
giving you some major views,
is
so
this?
that you,
It depends. Is it a competition to see who has the most views, or
I think there is a competition. I've actually started that. And
yeah?
at the moment, it's a very, very tough competition. So Miss Rafiki is really pushing herself forward. Nicola is in there. She's over 160 or 70 views. 180 is Miss Sausan at number two, very, very strong. And Miss Hind, really strong at number one, 224 views.
Wow,
Last time I
mashallah.
saw.
Wow,
I think that's the most viewed video on my
wow,
on my channel.
mashallah. That's a lot of views. I don't know, to be honest. Like, I I do have, extended family, cousins and aunts and uncles, and but I don't, like, I'm a private person, so I don't know if I want to share, but maybe I will if there's a competition. And like my sister, she's really strong on Instagram, so like because she's got a business in retail,
So one
so
of the influencers over there.
she's got like over 100,000 followers. Because she owns Urban Culture. So,
Oh, there you
I
go.
think if I send the link to her, but then I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable with all these people.
Well, that might benefit my channel as well. I might get 100,000
Okay,
subscribers, and you
maybe you're
get those
being
views.
given.
I start making money. Then you know what? I don't have to work anymore.
Oh, no, 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 no.
I
We
can
can we
just
can't
have
afford
that.
to lose you after school, Sheikh. So maybe I won't share it.
No, look, if it's it's always interesting to know, like, we have such connections in the
Yeah,
community.
that's right.
And yeah, give us an advice. I mean, what would you like to tell us?
you know, especially with the current situation, I think we just have to just have a positive mindset, have a positive outlook. Alhamdulillah, it's challenging. I'm not going to deny that. But Allah will challenge us, and it's how we come out of this is what matters. Are we going to be resilient, or are we just going to just sit down and sulk about it? Do you know what I mean? So for me, I think it's just about being positive. Look at what we have. Alhamdulillah, we've got access to shelter, we've got roof over our heads, we've got access to food, water, clean water. We're able to connect in these ways. We do have technology such as phones, and such as this interview. It's keeping us connected. So if we do look at the positives, I think inshallah, we will get through this.
No, definitely. Look,
Yeah,
such a great advice, and I really hope we come back strong, as you said,
inshallah.
resilient,
Yeah,
rather than going into that, becoming really stressed and complaining
that's
about the
right.
situation. Or
That's
we learn how to be, how to become more resilient and show more gratitude. I
right. Of
think
course.
that's what's very important.
Yeah, exactly. And it aligns with tomorrow. For example, tomorrow's Are You Okay Day. So, reach out to your loved ones. Ask them, are you okay? Are you really okay? It's okay if we're feeling down here and there. That's fine. But we just have to encourage each other that yes, we will get through this.
No, definitely. Look,
Yeah.
such a timely advice that is,
Yeah.
especially with "Are you okay?" just round the corner.
Yeah.
I hope my son asks me as well, "Are you okay?" so I can tell him how okay I am. Only
Yeah. Be
kidding.
honest.
Only kidding. Look, we're coming to the main part, the fun part. Not really fun for the people on the other side, but definitely fun for me. I'll tell you that.
With you.
So it's not very hard, as I always say, but it does say the title is only 1% people can crack it.
Oh, okay. Is that
So,
is that like a hint? Or
well, that is the title of the quiz, actually.
okay.
All
Okay.
right. So I'm going to actually play it. I'm going to mute myself so you can listen to it and you don't have any excuses afterwards.
Okay.
And then I'll give you the time to, there's a little timeline that will run. in order to tell you when you have to answer the question.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay. Bismillah.
Number 1. Time will tell. What occurs once in a minute, twice in every moment, and never occurs in 1,000 years? Can you pause it there? What occurs once in a minute, twice in every moment. I got it.
Yes.
The letter M.
The letter M. Let's see if that's the right answer.
I hope so. Otherwise, I've embarrassed myself.
It's the letter M, of course. See? There's 1 in the word minute, 2 in moment, and none in the phrase 1,000 years. Hey, don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger here.
Yeah, don't shoot me. But you know what? You don't have to shoot me because you've actually shot the quiz by answering that right. Well, look, you've really set the bar really high. I would say most of the department leaders actually didn't get this quiz right. So,
Ooh, interesting.
so you have actually set your department standard high. We've got your new member of the department, which I'll be actually bringing into the interview also. Well, I think a lot of people would like to know about him because he only started when there was lockdown. So we didn't even get to meet with him. So hopefully we'll get him on there as well. And I really want to thank you again for such a great interview today. And you know, it was a blessing to speak to you and to know more about you.
Thank you so much. Honestly, what you're doing, keeping us connected through these times, it's amazing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Well, the other one's not working, mate. I'm in the middle of the interview. Seriously. Can you go now? Close the door. Yeah, sorry about that. This is the luxury of having children.
That's you know, it's completely understandable. Once I had a year 11 PDHPE recorded session, and Ahmed runs in. He's like, "Mom," and mind you, these were not the words that he chose. He informed me that my 1-year-old needed a nappy change, but like I said, it's not the way he worded it, and the whole class heard it. I was like, "Oh dear God."
Oh, thank you very much to actually say yes in the last minute and be part of the journey. I think people think I'm very intimidating. Am I?
Well, I hope not.
Well, I'm actually I think I'm the most easygoing person.
You are easygoing. I think it's just the whole the concept of an interview that's intimidating.
Oh yeah, well, the people are thinking that in order to keep their jobs, they have to pass this interview seriously.
We'll see how I go then. Until I pass.
Inshallah, because you don't want to go back to AICS.
You had to throw that in.